This is Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kacie May. It was 2011 and I was living in LA. I was pursuing fashion styling as well as another business venture. I felt lost and helpless as I was trying to find my way in my niche and support myself as well as make new friends. And I was missing my family who's living all over LA, or excuse me, California that is. And to top it off, I wasn't taking very good care of myself. I started getting symptoms that felt like asthma and the flu, and I didn't know what was going on. So I called my dad up, who's an herbologist, and he gave me some herbs, which are helping for a while, but then my symptoms started getting worse. I started losing energy, started losing my appetite, started losing strength. I went to my dad's house, about an hour away from where I was living, and he was helping me with my car, and I was so physically weak that I couldn't turn the crank to lift the tire up, so he put me straight to bed, and he wouldn't let me go home to my place about an hour away. Then he called my mom, who's an RN, up in the Sacramento area, all the way up in Northern California, and he asked for help. And I found out that later that they hadn't spoken in years. They've been divorced for years, and they haven't spoken in years. So it was a big deal that he called her. Then one of my brothers came and picked me up, drove me all the way from the LA area to the Sacramento area, and we actually already planned to do this for Thanksgiving. I slept the majority of the way there, and I slept all through the holiday. A little bit later, about a day later, I was taken to the hospital where I got a chest x-ray. Found out that my whole left lung was collapsed, leaving about 1 millimeter of space in my trachea to breathe, and I was near death. I was kind of scared, but I didn't believe that I was going to die then, because I believed that I was in perfect hands, including some of my mom's. So, needless to say, my whole life was turned upside down, and I couldn't go back to my life in LA. I chose to put my life in other people's hands. They gave me an IV, they gave me breathing treatments, they took me in an ambulance to another hospital about an hour away, where I stayed for 8 days. And my mom was there with me. I received chemotherapy as well as a lot of other drugs, and I was traumatized from all the poking and prodding that they did. For about 2 years, I was living with my mom in the Sacramento area, and she was my main caretaker. And I took both natural and synthetic treatments, and I'm still receiving treatments. And she was my main caretaker, like I said. She helped bathe me, she helped me walk, she helped me sit up in bed. And she's my angel. The great news is, I consider my diagnosis and conquering of Hodgkin's lymphoma as a blessing in my awakening. I dove into personal development more so than I ever had before, asking questions like, what kind of a person was I being for this to happen? And what kind of a person can I be that's better, that's healthier? I found out that when we love ourselves, our insides reflect that. So my motto is to love yourself and feel beautiful, LYFB. And if you're following me on social media, you'll see this. It's actually the title of my upcoming ebook. So I found out that we're all connected, we're all here to help each other and lift each other up. And this ongoing morphing life experience, one of the things it's teaching me is that I'm a force to be reckoned with, and somebody who's got to lead by example and help other people to do the same, and also to pay it forward. Helping others to love themselves and feel beautiful as well as help people to become the amazing leaders that they can be, and also to live their lives fully expressed. This is something that I can identify with as well, because for years I had lived my life severely repressed from who I was, and I'm still uncovering who I am. So what caused this repression? Fear. We all feel fear. I found out that fear is really false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion, it's fake. I found out that we can be whoever we want to be and we can do whatever we want to do. And the sooner we figure out who this is for us, what this means for us, the sooner that we can be on this path. So I serve as a role model for strength, for leadership, for empathy, for patience, for body love and self-love, vision, as well as valuing your voice, and probably a couple more topics as well. The experience forced me to open up and connect with people, more so than I ever have before, because people constantly ask me, what was that experience like for you, as if I had gone through a war? And I have. What I found out is that I started winning once I turned that war into a peace treaty. They're curious about the experience, they're inspired, and they're enlightened. So I took that as my cue to grow quicker into the leader that I already know I am, deep at my soul's core. And the experience liberates and humbles me. And as the great Marianne Williamson says, she says, as we are liberated from our own fears, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same, even if fear of public speaking. So, thank you.